This video is brought to you by Squarespace. The original Carrie from 1976 is a classic of the horror genre. The story, based on the novel by Stephen King, is full of symbolism and is directed beautifully by director Brian De Palma. But perhaps the main element of Carrie's success is the fantastic performance by Sissy Spacek. A performance that garnered Spacek her first Academy Award nomination for Best Actress in a Leading Role. And what I find most captivating is her ability to express a wide range of emotions using only her body. Our bodies tell a story of who we are. Weight, hair, skin complexion, posture, disabilities, scars, mannerisms, and many other factors add up to convey a deeper truth inside each of us. Knowing this, skilled actors are able to purposefully alter their appearance and mannerisms in order to breathe life into their characters. This isn't unique to any genre, but I think the horror thriller genre is especially able to capitalize on these performance transformations because they not only reinforce their darker tone and larger themes of the story, but because they're what make characters so terrifying. Obviously, makeup and prosthetics have always played a critical role in bringing monsters to the screen. But what about humans? How are they able to alter their outer appearance and mannerisms in order to express their characters' inner emotions? Some of the most interesting character appearances and mannerisms are brought about directly by the actor's deliberate choices. There's the Joker repeatedly licking his lips, Jack Torrance and his hunched back, and Hannibal Lecter's unblinking eyes. These acting decisions don't necessarily scream for the audience's attention, but it's little nuanced choices like these by actors that help them embody their characters. When Sissy Spacek was crafting her performance for the titular character Carrie, she found a unique influence through the help of her husband, Jack Fisk. Fisk was the production designer on Carrie and accumulated a myriad of religious iconography for research and inspiration, including the artwork of Gustave Doré, specifically his wood engravings used in the 1843 French translation of the Vulgate Bible. Doré was a strong figure of the Romanticism Art Movement taking place throughout Europe in the 1800s. A movement where artists emphasized that, opposed to simple reason and order, sense and emotions were equally important to understanding and experiencing the world and our place within it. Romantic artists began exploring various emotional and psychological states, as well as moods, often capturing humans in relation to the power and unpredictability of nature and religion, evoking a feeling of awe and terror in the viewer. The French poet Charles Baudelaire wrote, "Romanticism is precisely situated neither in choice of subject nor exact truth, but in the way of feeling." With an aim at feelings and individual experiences, artists would use recurring themes like human vulnerability and isolation, stunning landscapes, and morbid subject matter. Artists focused on passion, the mysterious, and showed strong emotions through facial expressions like anguish, intense pain, anger, or fear. And it's these extreme emotional expressions in Doré's wood engravings that resonated most with Spacek, specifically the stoning of Stephen and martyrdom of Saint Stephen. Two renditions of the same event found in Acts 6 and 7, where a mob of Jerusalem's religious authorities banded together in hatred to murder Stephen, a deacon of the early Christian church. Both wood engravings depict Stephen sprawled out on the ground with his body contorted in an unnatural way that evokes a deep, resounding sense of grief and anguish. Both renditions also depict the angry mob towering over Stephen with their rock-filled hands held high. When watching the shower scene at the beginning of Carrie, it's easy to see how Doré's artwork influenced Spacek's performance. As the girls bully Carrie, pelting her with tampons, toilet paper, and anything else they can throw, Carrie cowers on the shower floor, contorting her body in a similar way to Saint Stephen in the wood engravings. This shriveled posture reinforces Carrie's weakness and isolation, while also conveying her inner pain and fear. Sissy Spacek continually leaned on Doré's engravings for inspiration throughout the remainder of the film. According to her, she would try to either begin or end every scene in an overly dramatic and exaggerated pose, reminiscent of Doré's work, in order to express Carrie's thoughts and emotions.
I'll answer the door and I'll tell him that you're sick. I'll tell him that you changed your mind. Sit down and be quiet!
And by tracking her body motion and posture throughout the film, we're able to see her inner transformation come to completion in the infamous prom scene near the end of the film. It serves as a perfect bookend to the shower scene at the beginning, where the mob of bullies towers over a frantic Carrie, because we can see the character arc fully realized as the power dynamic shifts, and Carrie now towers over the panic-stricken crowd below her from atop the stage. It's an interesting exercise watching both the 1976 and 2013 versions of Carrie and comparing Sissy Spacek and Chloe Grace Moretz's performance. Moretz is a fantastic actor in her own right, but I personally didn't care for her prom scene massacre performance as much as Spacek's. Where Moretz overacts every ounce of anger and frustration with her face while waving her arms around, Spacek has a nuanced performance that I found so much more terrifying. Once she's covered in pig's blood and watching the other students laugh at her, her face becomes completely devoid of emotion. Her bulging eyes never blink, and every slight twitch or methodical movement of her body is frightening. The dichotomy of the screaming students and teachers against Carrie's calm demeanor only makes the entire scene more unsettling. Even the way she methodically drifts out of the school auditorium past the chaos and creeps back home looks unnatural. Her posture and mannerisms make Carrie seem more like an animal or a creature than a human being. It's little deliberate character choices like these that coalesce into engaging, fully realized performances. And it was Sissy Spacek's choices, inspired by Gustave Doré's artwork, that coalesced into making Carrie scary as hell. Tuesday is new video day here at Entertain the Elk, so if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe below. That way you don't miss any new video whenever it drops. If you liked this video, please like it, share it with a friend, and also leave me a comment below. Tell me what's your favorite Stephen King book or film adaptation. This video is brought to you by Squarespace. Head on over to squarespace.com/theelk right now and start your free trial. And using the code THEELK will get you 10% off your first purchase. If you're trying to build and grow your own business, you absolutely must have your own website. But if you're like me and know nothing about coding, Squarespace makes building and maintaining a website easier than ever. Squarespace has beautiful, unique templates to choose from, 24/7, 365 customer service, and it's an all-in-one platform, which means no plugins, no updates, and no patches ever. I recently rebuilt my entire website, entertaintheelk.com, and it looks fantastic. And that's vital for me as a small business owner because this channel wouldn't exist without customer interaction, connectivity, and promotions, which is why I only trust Squarespace with my website. So if you're a musician, designer, artist, or any kind of entrepreneur, again, head on over to squarespace.com/theelk right now and start a free trial. And be sure to use the code THEELK in order to get 10% off your first purchase. Thanks again everyone for watching, and I'll see you all next time.